qualified team accompanies you on site at all times to show you the right installation process with the right tools and provides you with technical solutions. The rolls must be stored vertically or horizontally without any load placed on them. The storage temperature must be at least 15 degrees Celsius for 48 hours prior to laying. From the outset, the concept requires special thought to be given to the design of the room for the position of the trap located at least 30 centimeters away from the wall, a subfloor providing a gradient around the trap and beyond, specifications on partition spacing and center distancing between pipes, the wall mounting of sanitary equipment. Insofar as dimensions allow, there shall be no seams in the room, or if seams are necessary, they should be as far from the trap and the shower as possible. Vertical walls will be covered over their full height. Various accessories such as traps, angle profiles, reducer sections, ceiling sleeves, and door sills will be used in this fitting. The temperature of the room and the subfloor must be at least 10 degrees Celsius. The lengths are to be cut the previous day and laid flat. Cut sufficient excess material for laying. After fitting the angle profile with contact adhesive, the length is to be positioned with a flash of 10 to 12 centimeters up the plinth. Using a rule, mark a pencil line around the room to indicate the gluing area for the plinth of 10 to 12 centimeters. If more than a second length is used, it will be laid parallel, overlapping by approximately 3 centimeters, avoiding any folds or ripples in the sheets. The join between the lengths must be at least 50 centimeters from the trap. The seam is made of non-textured areas by cutting through the 2 overlapping selvages. Proceed in the traditional way of laying sheet vinyl flooring by folding the length in half and marking out a glue stop line to avoid any overlaps of adhesive. Before spreading, sweep the surfaces to be glued thoroughly. Use 250 grams per meter of acrylic adhesive and apply from the stop line to the plinth with a fine notch spreader. Flash will be done with the acrylic adhesive, stopping on the previously marked line and increasing the quantity of adhesive slightly, about 300 grams per meter. Unfold the length down onto the adhesive from the gluing line, smoothing down with a cork block as you unroll to eliminate air bubbles and to ensure the transfer of adhesive to the back of the flooring. At the trap, cut out a diameter smaller than that of the ring in order to take up the covering in the trap with the screw-in collar. Turn the covering up the plinth to make the inside and outside corners. Inside corners will be cut at 45 degrees to simplify welding, and outside corners on either side of the intersection at 45 degrees. A triangular patch will be added and welded. If necessary, a double spread of acrylic adhesive is to be applied at the most critical points. Trim around the plinth at the height of the glue stop line. Seams must be made by heat welding at least 24 hours after laying. After grooving the covering, clean the joint and weld with vinyl bead approximately 3.5 millimeters in diameter using a welding gun at a temperature of 350 to 450 degrees Celsius. Trim the excess bead in two stages, beginning firstly with the plinths and then the horizontal part. Use a trimming gouge for this purpose. Special attention shall be paid to the weld seams to guarantee that they are watertight. The lengths are to be cut the previous day and laid flat. Cut sufficient excess material for laying. Leave a 3 centimeter plinth overlap. In principle, the first length will start with the shower positioned along its center line so that the first seams are as far from the shower head as possible. Lengths following on from one another and taken from the same batch will be used in the same room. The adhesive must be spread on a clean, dry, sound wall, or if necessary, on a renovated wall to avoid migration. The same acrylic adhesive used for the flooring will be used on full panels at a rate of 200 grams per meter. On outside corners, a double spread of Helmiper 55 polyurethane adhesive will be applied over at least 20 centimeters on either side of the intersection, following a line marked on the back of the length and on the wall. The adhesive is placed with a roller or with a spreader followed by a roller to prevent the furrows in the adhesive from showing through. Position the lengths, taking care to eliminate the air bubbles by smoothing the covering with a cork block, working from the top down and from the center to the edges. At outside corners, the covering may be heated to improve adherence. As a general rule, avoid pressing too hard when smoothing down, as this may deform and stretch the laminated covering and lead to shrinkage over time. The lengths are overlapped by 1 to 2 centimeters to ensure an even double cut. Seams must be made by heat welding at least 24 hours after laying. As the covering is 0.9 millimeters thick, take care when cutting and grooving to avoid damaging the substrate. Use 3.5 millimeter diameter bead with a welding gun between 350 degrees and 450 degrees Celsius. Trim in 2 stages. Special attention shall be paid to the weld seams to guarantee that they are watertight. Furthermore, the base of the plinth along the overlap will be sealed by a thick, cold-welded seam. Demonstration: pipe passages. Forbo Sarlino proposes a toolkit specially adapted to vinyl floorings. The covering shall not be put into service until at least 24 hours after laying for pedestrian traffic, 48 hours after for the fitting of light furniture, and 72 hours after for heavy furniture. Initial maintenance shall not be carried out until at least 48 hours after work has been completed. Manual cleaning only in Sarlovan cubicles due to space limitations. Floor: wash flat with water and neutral pH detergent with a nylon scrubbing brush. Walls: as floor, neutral pH detergent in solution. Periodic maintenance: wash flat with diluted vinyl floor cleaning fluid, leave to soak, go over with a scrubbing brush, rinse with fresh water, and dry. Forbo Sarlino provides comprehensive service for layers in its training center located in the factory.